My name is Kelly Cutler. I'm a nurse on the 5th floor here. I work on a medical surgical telemetry unit. I've been there for about 7 years. And as I've worked there, I've really come to value the sense of community that we feel among the nurses and among the patients and their families that we've had the privilege to take care of. I was taught as a nursing student about 14 years ago that one of the first things we should know is to be an advocate for our patients. And as I've worked the last 12 years as a nurse, I have come to again and again recognize how important that is, and that when nurses don't advocate for their patients, that oftentimes the patients are losing out on the quality of care that they deserve. And by promoting the union today, I am asking that the nurses at this hospital collectively have a voice to sit at the table and be able to advocate for our patients. For years, conditions at this hospital have been declining, and I feel that in large part that is because of upper management and tenants' refusal to prioritize the safe staffing ratios that we need to be implementing. This has also resulted in a lot of employees leaving the hospital and having very poor retention rates. While other nearby areas have recovered and been seeming to be rebounding from the recent pandemic, Metro West has only worsened. The number of patients that each nurse has to take care of at this hospital is higher than the surrounding hospitals, even though we're facing the exact same labor market. The nurses on our unit typically take care of about 6 patients, and that can be unsafe because patients today are sicker and have more complex medical issues than they have in the past. When I'm a charge nurse and I'm tasked with, when I'm tasked with patient assignments, creating patient assignments, admissions, and discharges, then I also often have to have 6 patients as well. And this really impacts the way that I can take care of my own patient assignment as well as being able to assist the colleagues that I work with. In addition, we oftentimes lack secretaries or having enough aides, and this can also really make it difficult to give them the care that they deserve. This is unsustainable. I feel exhausted and demoralized a lot of times when I can't give the patients the attention that they need. I really worry that I'm missing care or that the patients may become injured from not having enough time to be with them. We brought our concerns to management several times, and we often feel like we're drowning, reaching for a lifeline, but we hear nothing back. We're losing nurses more and more because of these conditions. We've probably lost about half our nurses, and just in this last month, we've had 4 more resignations just on my floor. After years of feeling unheard and undervalued, it is time for us to speak together with one voice that we will not be ignored anymore. I really want Metro West Medical Center to be a place where nurses want to work and where the patients feel like they can be safely cared for. When patients arrive at Metro West Medical Center, the last thing on their mind should be wondering if they'll have enough nurses to be able to care for them. The community here in Framingham and the surrounding towns really rallied around us during the COVID pandemic. I personally felt a lot of support and love during that time, and I hope that the community stands behind us again as we strive to advocate for them as we create this union together. So by voting yes, I am fighting for the right to professionally advocate for our patients. I pray that this gets through because our community in Framingham and the surrounding towns really needs and deserves better. I can't wait to get started.
My name is Adam. I'm a nurse on the telemetry floor. I've only been here for about 3 months, but I wanted just to talk about what's going on and what I'm noticing. I notice that the healthcare industry has always been a delicate balance between business-minded people and the product they sell, the labor of caring, compassionate employees. Right now, that balance is broken. Labor in healthcare has been stretched to their limits by the idea of constant quarterly growth and the need to raise companies' stock prices. I've only been here for a short time, but I've already seen numerous examples of a huge disconnect between tenant-appointed administration and the hard workers here at Framingham Union. Just last week, I watched a floor nurse be approached at the end of her 12-hour shift and administration mandating her to stay and work. This happened solely for the reason to be able to minimally staff the unit because a few night nurses called in sick. This floor nurse tried to tell the 4 administrators who had approached her she was diabetic and her medication was at home. The only response she received was if she said no, it would be considered patient abandonment and there would be consequences. While I was watching this situation unfold, Naomi, our tenant-appointed chief nursing officer, posted a video on her Instagram talking about what a great workout she just had and the importance of self-care. This incident, along with many others, was the main reason why I felt compelled to speak today. It was clear as day to me that our CNO and other administration are only here to lend a deaf ear to the requests made by the healthcare professionals that tenant has hired. They are purposely being ignorant to the situation that our hospital is facing. By forming this union, we are not only wanting to have a voice for our workers, but be advocates for the people in our own community. People are tired of being just a number on a spreadsheet made by absentee owners who pat themselves on the back when they beat their quarterly projections. It's time to restore balance and bring back the humane side of healthcare. Today, and this formation of this union will be the first step in balancing this out again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great job. Hi, everybody. You know, I hate to have my back to my future colleagues because I really am addressing you. I'm Katie Murphy. I'm an ICU nurse, and I'm the president of the Massachusetts Nurses Association, representing 25,000 nurses and healthcare professionals across the Commonwealth. And the message I bring from all these M&A members is that you should be incredibly proud to have made this decision. Being a unionized nurse is a special thing. It means being able to speak out for patient safety and for respectful working conditions. It means being able to join together, sit at the table across from management, and have an equal say in your nursing practice. We're protected caregivers fighting for what is right for our patients and ourselves. I'm also here as a nurse who has worked in the ICU at Leonard Morse in Natick, as well as the ICU here in Framingham Union, and I currently work at the Brigham. I've been where you are. I know what you're feeling. It can feel exhausting going up against major corporations. They will push back and try to make you feel bad about wanting a better situation for yourselves and your patients. They'll spend a lot of money and suck up your time and energy. But it's so incredibly worth it. You'll build incredible relationships with your coworkers, and change will not happen immediately, but it will happen over time because you will be steadfast, working together as a union. As a union nurse, I can provide high-quality care to my patients. I can rely on laws and contract clauses won by my union. I'm not always tired when I go home. I love my job. That's the union difference. I can't wait for you to experience it. Congratulations.